हेलो एवरीबॉडी, आज के इस वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करने वाली हूँ मोस्ट रिसेंटली आस्क्ड कैबिन क्रू इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस या लेटेस्ट आस्क्ड कैबिन क्रू इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस। ये सारे क्वेश्चंस उन लोगों से पूछे गए थे जिन्होंने रिसेंटली कैबिन क्रू इंटरव्यूज में पार्ट लिया था। इन सब क्वेश्चंस में से कुछ क्वेश्चंस के मैं आपके साथ सैम्पल आंसर्स भी डिस्कस करने वाली हूँ। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। मेरा नाम है रचना एंड वेलकम टू माय चैनल। सबसे पहले तो आपको ये जानना जरूरी है कि कैबिन क्रू इंटरव्यूज में कोई भी सही या गलत जवाब नहीं होता है, ठीक है। एंड माय इंटेंशन टू डिस्कस क्वेश्चन के सैम्पल आंसर्स इज जस्ट वन, कि जब भी आप लोगों के आंसर्स सुनते हो, जब भी आप लोगों के थॉट्स सुनते हो, तो आपके माइंड में भी बहुत सारे थॉट्स क्रिएट होते हैं। तो इसी सिमिलर टॉपिक पे जो भी क्वेश्चंस मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करूंगी उस पे आपके खुद के भी कुछ कुछ थॉट्स क्रिएट होंगे जब मैं आपके साथ सैम्पल आंसर्स डिस्कस करूंगी, या जब मैं आंसर्स बोलूंगी तो आपको लगेगा कि दिस पॉइंट कुड हैव बीन एडेड, या आप ये भी बोल सकते थे, या आप ये सारी चीजें भी बोल सकते थे। तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि जब आप सुन रहे होगे मेरे सैम्पल आंसर्स तो आप जॉट डाउन करो आपके मन में क्या क्या पॉइंट्स आ रहे हैं उस टॉपिक को लेके। क्यों? क्योंकि इंटरव्यू वाले दिन आप कोई भी जवाब, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट, रट्टा मार कर नहीं जा सकते, आप मगअप कर नहीं जा सकते। ऑल दोज थॉट्स, ऑल दोज थिंग्स विल कम टू यू फ्रॉम विद इन, यू नो, दोज क्वेश्चंस, जो भी क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे जाएंगे वो सारी चीजें आपको उसी टाइम पे अपने आप बोलनी होंगी, या अपने आप बोलना जरूरी है आपको, ठीक है। यू कैन नॉट मग अप दीज क्वेश्चन आंसर्स एंड देन गो फॉर द इंटरव्यू। So when you write down some points, तो these things human nature है, या you can say psychological, whatever you call it, कि आपको उस दिन कुछ चीजें जरूर दिमाग में आएंगी जब ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आपसे उस दिन पूछे जाएंगे। तो आप जब मेरे आंसर सुन रहे होगे तो आप अपने थॉट्स जो आपको आ रहे होंगे मेरे आंसर सुनते वक्त, आप लिखिए उन चीजों को। तो यू नो ऑटोमेटिकली ऑन द इंटरव्यू डे यूल रिमेंबर सर्टेन पॉइंट्स दैट यूव रिटन डाउन। आपने मेरे से भी जो सुना होगा उसमें से कुछ चीजें आपको याद आएगी। तो दीज थिंग्स विल हेल्प यू इन मेकिंग योर आंसर बेटर ऑन द इंटरव्यू डे, ठीक है। तो यही है मेरा इंटेंशन सैम्पल आंसर्स डिस्कस करने का, वरना मैं नहीं चाहूंगी कि आप सेम आंसर्स सब लोग जाकर इंटरव्यू में बोलो। बट जब आप लोगों के आंसर्स सुनते हो तो इट विल हेल्प यू मेक योर आंसर्स बेटर, इट विल हेल्प यू रिमेंबर मोर पॉइंट्स, हाउ यू कैन मेक योर आंसर्स बेटर, ठीक है। तो इसी के साथ शुरू करते हैं फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। This is a question which was or has been repeated again and again. Which one is your favorite destination and why? तो मैं इस पे क्या ही जवाब दूँ, आप सबको पता ही होगा आपके कौन कौन से फेवरेट डेस्टिनेशंस है। जस्ट रिमेंबर कि आप जो भी डेस्टिनेशन के बारे में बात करो, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट यू शुड इलैबोरेट ऑन द पॉइंट, ओके। Talk about its culture, talk about what you liked the most about that place, why you liked that place so much. Did you like the ambience? Did you like the food? Did you like the culture? Did you like the people? कोई भी एक टॉपिक उस जगह के बारे में आपके पास होना चाहिए जिसके बारे में आप बोल सको, जिसके बारे में आप इलैबोरेट कर सको, ठीक है। अगर आप कोई बहुत सारा डेस्टिनेशंस नहीं गए हो, नहीं घूमे हो, तो जस्ट यू नो योर नेबरहुड ट्रिप, if you've been to any small village, if you've been to a small town, if you've gone for a school picnic for sure, उसके बारे में बात करो, but make sure you're able to elaborate on something, because that's what they are looking for. They want you to talk, they want to see how good you are at communicating effectively, okay. Okay, so the next question is online shopping or offline shopping, what would you choose? इट्स अप टू यू। अगर आप दोनों चूज करना चाहते हैं तो आप दोनों के बारे में भी बात कर सकते हैं, दैट यू लाइक, यू एंजॉय बोथ ऑफ देम। अगर आप कोई एक इंजॉय करते हैं ज्यादा और यू प्रेफर वन ओवर द अदर, यू कैन टॉक अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलरली, इट इज कंप्लीटली योर चॉइस। एंड एज आई टोल्ड यू इन द बिगिनिंग, कोई भी इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस में सही या गलत नहीं होता है। इट इज योर व्यू पॉइंट, इट इज योर पर्सनैलिटी, इट इज योर टाइम टू शाइन and to showcase your personality, ठीक है। So remember that all the time. Whenever you are answering a question, you are showcasing your personality to the person who is interviewing you. So now out of these two options, if I had to choose online shopping or offline shopping, I would prefer offline shopping. Now I have reasons for it. Like I told you, always elaborate your answers. If you're saying something, you should know that you have to elaborate. Whether the interviewer asks you or whether they don't ask you, at the back of your mind you should remember कि आप कुछ भी चूज कर रहे हो तो you should be able to elaborate it, ठीक है। I like offline shopping. The only reason is that it gives me that whole experience of going for shopping, that taking out a day off, going for shopping, having a personalized face-to-face interaction with people around, with people of the sales team, with checking out sizes, having a hands-on feel of the fabric if I'm going to buy clothes. All these things are something that I really enjoy. I enjoy, trying out, checking if the size of the clothes that I wish to buy are fitting me, or the shoes. I like to try out those things and then buy it. Online shopping does not cater to these needs of mine. So my preference is always and forever going to be, probably I could be called old school, but I would always prefer offline shopping over online shopping. So you can have your reasons for online shopping, but I'm just trying to tell you, when you are answering a question, highlight or elaborate why you like a certain thing. Okay? So the next question is online education or offline education. Again, you have two options में से कोई एक option you can choose. If you want to be neutral, it's up to you. If you want to choose both of them, you want to talk about both the topics, you can talk about both the topics also. I went to school physically. I did not have my online classes over the internet. So for me, if somebody asks me what I would prefer, I would always prefer offline education over online education. I may be called old school, I may be called somebody who has not evolved over a period of time, but somewhere that whole feeling of going to school, sitting down with your peers, learning together, the teacher is teaching you on the blackboard and then you're writing down stuff, you're reading those things, you're talking to your peers about certain topics that are being taught. I think that whole environment made me learn topics in a better way, integrate better with people, and it also helped me manage my time effectively, because I think that somebody who's a part of the online education, because the education happens on the internet and stuff like that, sometimes you do not have internet connectivity, so you lose out on time, there is no you lose out on focus. Somewhere I would like to give all the credit for my social skills to my school and the education that I have, is because my education system or my school system was made in such a way that made me more social, it made me more confident. If that I would have not been this kind of a person that I am today had I been a part of the online education system that a lot of kids are today. I do not deny the fact that there are a lot of advantages of being a part of the online education system as well. But if somebody asks me what is my preference, I would prefer offline education any day. Next question is social media and its impacts. So I have answered this in the past in one of my videos, but I'll still answer it क्योंकि मुझे answer आ रहा है अभी, तो मैं बोल देती हूँ. See, social media is a boon and bane both. If you use it in the right ways, it is an excellent tool for sharing information, for consuming media, and also it is one of the best things that could have happened to us in terms of spreading awareness. Like, let's say even spreading awareness about this interview, or spreading awareness about any social topics, any social causes. All this credit has to go to social media. So the impacts of social media, let me put it in better words, completely depends on the way we use it. Next question is, what is the one part of a cabin crew job role you like the most and why? So this is a self-explanatory question, but I'll still answer it. There can be many reasons for you to like the job. Of course, you must be knowing what are your reasons to like the job, right? So of course, you have to elaborate it. I wanted to be a cabin crew because I loved traveling. I loved traveling then, I love traveling now. And I think it gives me the opportunity to learn new things. It helps me become a better person every day because I'm learning new things. I'm always on the go. It keeps me active. It keeps me up and active all the time. I always wanted a profession or a career where I do not have too much of free time, to be honest. There are a lot of people who may not like this, but having said that, I don't mean to say that I do not have work-life balance. I have excellent work-life balance, but I always wanted a career where I'm always on the go. I'm up and active all the time. I'm not lazing around here and there. I'm learning new things. I'm traveling around. I'm seeing new things. I'm experiencing so many things around in the world that I still have not explored, that I am looking forward to explore. So there are a lot of things that I love about being a cabin crew, and more than anything else, interacting with people, serving people, talking to them, just understanding that, you're part of somebody's journey. It just gives me a lot of happiness. That person may not remember your name, that person may not remember which airline they flew with, but, somewhere they will always remember, yeah, the cabin crew, I don't remember which airline, but when I flew on this flight to this place, I had this conversation with her. I forgot her name, but I remember what I spoke to her. So this thing where there are thousands of people who will recall you someday when they are sharing their travel experiences, is something that keeps me up and motivated to be a part of this team. Okay, next question is, if you are studying, then why do you want to become a cabin crew? Or they can also ask you a question that you are so young. Generally, ये उन लोगों से पूछते हैं who are just 18 or 19. They are still studying, they are still doing their degree, or they are in their first year of degree or second year of degree, and they've come for the interview. तो उनसे पूछा जाता है कि if you're studying, why do you still want to be a cabin crew, or you're very young to be a cabin crew? Why do you want to become a cabin crew? Why do you want to start working at such an early age? ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें are pretty much similar. If I had to answer this question, I would say that because I believe that I'm responsible, I believe I'm very hardworking, and more than anything else, I have a lot of passion for this job. And I think that if you are passionate about something, you should continue to start working in that direction, because when you are passionate about a certain career, then I don't think you will feel like you're working even a single day. If you're passionate about that career, or if you're passionate about a particular job role. So this job role is something that I'm passionate about. I'm looking forward to it. So इस पे वो एक counter question भी आपसे पूछ सकते हैं. So what will you do? Will you continue your education if we select you today? What will you do after this if we select you, because you are halfway through your education? So what are your plans? You can tell them that yes, I also believe that education is important, and I don't like to leave my education halfway. I wouldn't want to leave my education halfway. I will try to give my exams. I will look for other options where I can give my exams, my semesters, and then come back and get the joining date if I get selected today. And iske upar also they can ask you this, or they can tell you that what if we do not give you leaves during your exam dates? If they tell you that they will not give you leaves, or they may not give you leaves, so you can always tell them that I'm sure that there must be a system in the company where you can send in your leave application request in advance. So of course, as a university, or whichever university I'm studying in, they will also keep me up to date when my exams are going to be held. So if I'm going to make my application leaves prior to the dates of the exams, then I don't see that it would have any problems with leave requests being rejected or anything. However, if there are unforeseen circumstances, I do understand, and I also do understand my priorities. I always wanted a career in aviation, and I also wanted to complete my education. Both can be managed if I manage my time effectively, and if I have my plan B's in place. Question is, have you appeared in any other airline interview? If yes, then share your experience. This is self-explanatory. If you have appeared in any interview in the past, tell them honestly. It is okay. There is no harm. Of course, अगर उन्होंने पूछा है आपसे, तो आप उनको honestly जवाब दो. But how you're going to answer them, that matters. So you can tell them that yes, you had the opportunity to be a part of an interview of whichever airline you have appeared. You can take the name of the airline. And always be positive when you are answering even about a rejection. Of course, because you did not get rejected, you did not get selected in that interview is the reason why you are attending another interview, right? So be very positive. You say that there were a lot of takeaways for me from that interview. There was a lot of learning that I took from that interview. Of course, there can be another, counter question that what did you learn from that interview? You can tell them all those things. You can tell them that I had the opportunity to talk to a lot of experienced cabin crew. It gave me more exposure to this field. It helped me understand that how a cabin crew's job role actually is practically. I had the opportunity to speak to the recruiters as well. I had the opportunity to meet a lot of other people, a lot of other candidates. I was able to make a lot of friends over there as well. We are still connected with each other, and we are understanding that how it is, to get into the market. You can talk about your experience about that day. You can talk about all the interview processes that were there, what all things were your takeaways. You can talk about positive points. So it will show that you are always looking for growth, you're always looking to evolve, you're always looking to get better from what you were before. Okay? So it is okay if you want to share your experience as well. There is nothing wrong about it. Next question is, you are just 19 years old. Why do you want to join so soon? So like I told you, this is similar to the question that I answered, that, why do you want to, if you are studying, why do you want to become a cabin crew? So it is very similar to that. You can have similar answers for both these questions. Okay? So I'm not going to repeat the same thing. Next thing is, what will you do if you are made the CM for a day? If you are made the chief minister for a day? Of course, you cannot make very big changes in one day. Let's be realistic. So give your realistic answers. Give answers that may affect you personally or have been affecting you personally. See, this is a hypothetical question, but that does not mean that you give a hypothetical answer. Give a realistic answer. Give an answer that, is logical. Give an answer which where you can say that this is your current problem or this is your current issue that you would like to resolve. Somebody asked me this question: if I was made the CM for a day, I would probably, check on global warming measures and pollution index and all these things, because we have rising pollution these days and it's only getting worse day by day, and there should be some kind of alternative that we need to bring into the society, because I'm breathing in that air every second. So I want to make sure that what I'm breathing in is, it cannot be pure, but it's very, very far from pure as well. So this is something that I would like to really, really work on, because this is something that is really getting out of our hands these days. So say answers which are realistic, say answers which are currently happening in the society. Next question is, why do you think divorce is increasing in India? Okay, so whenever you are answering sensitive topics, you do not have to give personal opinions. Try and give generic opinions or general opinions, okay? So when you talk about generic opinions, I think it is because of the societal changes that are happening in our society these days. People are becoming more aware. Every individual is becoming more aware of their rights. People are evolving, or people have evolved so much that they are not willing to compromise on any topic or on any small subject as well. And all these things somewhere has snowballed into people having high expectations from each other, which has somewhere directly or indirectly affected the dynamics of relationships in our country. So I think these are few of the reasons why a lot of divorces are happening. It's not just in India, but I think globally as well. Next question is, why do you think punctuality is important? Punctuality is important because I think it helps us in maintaining efficiency in completing our tasks. If you're punctual, you're able to complete your tasks on time. You're able to be more efficient. You're able to do more tasks as well. You're able to manage your time properly if you are punctual. And let's talk about aviation now. Aviation also requires a lot of punctuality, because somewhere everything is directly or indirectly proportional to time in the field of aviation. Having said this, it reflects our professionalism. It helps in maintaining passenger safety, and it also helps in maintaining an overall customer satisfaction. Next question is, sell this water bottle to us. So there could be a situation where, they will give you a certain object and they will tell you ki try to sell this object to us. So, in the case of this person, it was about selling the water bottle. So whenever they ask you questions like this, be confident, be calm. You don't have to get worried ki ye main kaise kar paungi, or you don't have to feel shy or anything. You have to be confident. They are checking your confidence as well. What will you talk about any product that is given to you? You will look at it. You will talk about its USPs. What are USPs? Unique selling propositions. You can talk about the size of the bottle, that it's a Tetra Pak. You can talk about the quality of the water. You can talk about the price. You can also talk about, how it is important to keep yourself hydrated to remain healthy. There are so many things that you can talk about even if you just have to sell a bottle of water. ठीक है, ये मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल्स इसलिए दे रही हूँ कि आपको फिर समझ में आएगा आपको कैसे कोई भी प्रोडक्ट अगर दिया जाए, हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू मार्केट इट. वाई? बिकॉज इट कुड बी पॉसिबल कि आप जिस एयरलाइन के इंटरव्यू में जा रहे हैं वो एक लो कॉस्ट कैरियर हो एंड उस पे ऑन बोर्ड आप प्रोडक्ट सेल करते होगे. So somewhere they want to see if you have those skills to be a good marketer. ठीक है, so don't get worried, don't get overwhelmed by the whole situation क्योंकि आपको लगेगा यार ये मैं कैसे कर सकती हूँ. ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Look at the bottle, look at the object, whatever they give you. If they give you probably a rubber band, talk about its unique selling propositions, talk about the color of the rubber band, talk about the elasticity of the rubber band. See, it may sound very funny right now, but I'm just giving you ideas that you have to make sure that you are acing the interview, right? They are looking at your communication skills. They are looking at how you are trying to convince them, how confident you are when you are given a task immediately and you're asked to perform. So these are some things that they are judging you on. So be confident and you don't have to feel shy for these kind of questions, okay? Next question is, how do you think life will be without phone? So back in the day, let's be honest, when we were kids, we did not have phones when we were kids. Life was good then. Life is good today with phones as well. So it's not like it is not going to be a good life, but now this is it is an added part and parcel of our life. We are used to this we are used to this technology in our lives. Like, let's say that back in the day, like long time ago, when there were no washing machine, no microwaves, there were no ovens, there were no fridges. So people used to manage then. Today also, because we have a phone, yes, it would be probably difficult for the first few days, but it's not an impossible thing. We have to always remember that the man has made technology. Technology has not made the man. So even if the phone wouldn't exist today, it's not like it's going to be difficult. It may be difficult because we are used to this thing, but it's not something that we cannot live without, or this whole task of living without a phone would be impossible, because impossible is nothing. तो आज के इस वीडियो में बस इतना ही. अगर आपको ये वीडियो इन्फॉर्मेटिव लगा तो आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं, लाइक कर सकते हैं, इस वीडियो को शेयर कर सकते हैं किसी के साथ जो कैबिन क्रू इंटरव्यू के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है. एंड अगर आपने भी रिसेंटली किसी भी कैबिन क्रू इंटरव्यू में पार्ट लिया है तो प्लीज शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंस विद मी, शेयर द क्वेश्चंस इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. So it's going to help a lot of people who are preparing for cabin crew interviews. For more future cabin crew interviews, job related content के लिए please stay tuned. Thank you very much for your time and goodbye.